restoration system for the wrist, or the ulnocarpal joint as well as the radiocarpal joint. It is going to be a concave radius and ulna moving on a convex carpal row. So when I flex my wrist, I have a convex moving on a concave. I am going to roll palmarly and glide dorsally. If I pull my wrist back, I'm going to roll dorsally and glide palmarly. A lot of times we have repetitive gripping and wrist extension, so that's going to be a dorsal roll and a palmar glide. We want to get the palmar glide back. So I am going to be releasing the opposing muscles of the palmar glide and then strengthening in the direction of the glide. So the first release is going to be the wrist extensors. I'm going to use my peanut ball. This is where I do like to use a Theragun to go along these muscles, but we can use a double across ball. I'm going to place that on my thigh, and then I'm going to use my body weight, and I'm going to roll and release the extensors right on the back side of the arm there. And I want to go slowly and controlled and do this for 2 minutes. So I'm working on the wrist extensors. After I have released the wrist extensors, I'm going to do a stretch for 1 minute. I want to extend the elbow and then bring the wrist into flexion until I feel a stretch on the top. And so here I am going to stretch those wrist extensors. This is so we can get that palmar glide back. Holding that for a minute, doing 3 of those. Then I'm going to strengthen my wrist flexors. I'm going to use a resistance band. You can use weights. The resistance band, I want to go ahead and engage, get that forearm activated, keep the wrist in neutral, and then I'm going to go from neutral to flexion, and I want to strengthen the forearm, and then back to neutral. So I can do 3 sets of 12 here. I can go into heavier resistance. I can do more endurance work with up to 20 reps, but here's where I want to re-educate the wrist flexors and work on strengthening on that side where we want to encourage the glide. So that is going to be the completion of the arthrokinematic restoration for the wrist in open chain to restore that repetitive movement of wrist extension.